Hey man, I got a question for you. Okay, what is your most valuable asset? Probably my house? No. Well, if you count investments and retirement, it's most likely that then. Nope. Try again. I don't know, dude. What? It's you. What? Your well-being. Your health. Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another week of How to Health. My name is Kevin. I run liftandbalance.com, where we take aim at all things health and do it in an odd, weird, interesting, and highly sarcastic manner. Today, we are hitting a brief pause on all the longevity, sciencey goodness. For the most part, there'll always be a little science sprinkled in. And talking about something that is absolutely critical if you want to achieve long-term health success. Something that is bigger than all the different protocols, tweaks, and adjustments combined. This something is the shift from being that ill-informed bystander when it comes to your health to owning it. As you can tell, this subject gets me all jacked up. And rightfully so, because it is this mindset shift that will empower you to thrive now while setting yourself up for a healthy, prosperous future. So in the next 7 to 10 minutes, I'm going to give you 3 things to stop doing and 3 things to replace them with in order to start taking back control of the most valuable asset that you have. You ready? First, stop settling and start educating. This may be the most important one, but I'll let you decide. This modern day society has us living in a very particular way, whether we know it or not. Here's a slightly simplistic overview. We're born, we learn to walk, go to school, start work, then retire. We eat whenever we have the slightest urges. Our primary movement is in the form of walking around the house/office, to and from the car, and when we're ambitious enough, that occasional gym sesh. Oh, and sleep. I mean, who could forget sleep? We sleep, whenever we crash, usually with our phone in our hand and Netflix playing in the background. Each day comes with its dose of exhaustion, repetition, and a lot of caffeine. This is the typical Western lifestyle that most people live. Inconsistent and simple. Settling with a common behavior because it's the path of least resistance. And everyone else seems to be doing the same thing. This is what you need to stop settling for if you want to become the owner of your health. You can conform to this Western lifestyle no more. This lack of consistent sleep, poor, highly processed way of eating, and sedentary lifestyle is the very reason why many of us are dealing with, or probably going to be dealing with, chronic health conditions that were unheard of 200 years ago. So first thing that you have to do is stop settling for this accepted status quo. Living a moderately healthy first 30 years of life and accepting the fact that it's downhill from there because that's just part of getting old is total BS. The facts of the matter are the average person ends up dealing with 1, typically 2 or more chronic conditions by the time they hit retirement, between the ages of 50 and 60, making these golden years of life a lot less golden, and in many times debilitating and disabling, preventing one from doing what they truly love in life, and accelerating a downward spiral of health conditions. This, my friends, is the sad truth, and a preventable one. And the way you begin down this path of prevention is with education. Spend some time, better yet, invest some time, learning about the 3 foundations of health: sleep, nutrition, and movement. We live in this amazing time where we have nonstop information at our fingertips. just by taking 15 minutes of your daily cat watching time and replacing it with some focused time on one of the topics above. Perhaps take a look at one of your favorite YouTubers' sleep, nutrition, and movement playlists that are loaded with odd, weird, interesting, and highly sarcastic content on the topics. Either way, once you learn and begin to implement and try things out, the magic of owning your health really starts to take effect. Bringing us to the second very important thing to start/stop, or stop/start, start/stop on this journey of owning your health. Stop being reactive and start thinking prevention. We talk about this very topic in a video of its own. The gist of it is, just like everything else in this world, prevention is always easier than reversal. The standard course of steps that we typically follow when we feel ill is to go to the doctor. And more times than not, we'll get some type of prescription. And this will make us all better in a matter of days, right? Entertain this hypothetical scenario. What if that prescription was a broad spectrum antibiotic? A common treatment that wipes out many different species of bacteria. Let's say this antibiotic wiped out a large portion or a substantial portion of your gut bacteria, while the viral infection that you actually had got better on its own. This weakened microbiome leads to deterioration of the gut wall and the protective mucus layer that sits atop it, especially when mixed with a high-fat, high-sugar processed diet, opening up the opportunity for nefarious bacteria to flourish, and for large, potentially harmful molecules and pathogens to sneak by an overworked immune system and get into circulation, driving to a state of chronic systemic inflammation and disease acceleration, and causing you to be prone to more illness sooner rather than later. Thus, going to the doctor and starting round 2. Let's be honest, it's probably round 100 by now. Good thing it's hypothetical. This is one of many examples where reversal is not an optimal strategy. There is no magic pill or special treatment for chronic conditions that span our entire body and all of its complex systems. Well, there may be one, and it's prevention through lifestyle. The research suggests that many of the Western diseases that people develop and eventually succumb to are ones that are accelerated by poor lifestyle and environmental factors. And if you haven't already realized, these are things that we can very much control. Don't wait until the house is burning in flames to care about everything that's inside. Actively maintain it, nurture it, care for it, and love it, because it's the only place you have. Implement consistent and sustainable habits when it comes to eating, moving, and sleeping as preventative measures, not after finally being diagnosed. Oh, and it doesn't hurt that you'll be making your present day, here and now, much more enjoyable. And this, again, is quite a nice segue to our final start/stop or stop/start, I forgot which one, things you need to do to own your health. Stop thinking that it won't happen to you and start putting yourself in the best position if and when it does. If you're like me, growing up you probably thought that the health misfortunes that you've seen others go through were unfortunate, sad, and even horrible, but never thought that it could happen to you or someone that you knew or loved. This is a classic case of it won't happen to me bias, and I was a card-carrying member of the club. That is, until I watched loved one after loved one fall victim to a surprise diagnosis. Years later, when I pulled back the onion on these chronic and deadly Western diseases, it became clear. It can happen, and for many, it probably will. Adversity doesn't follow a schedule, and it very well does not give a shit where you are in life. So part of taking back ownership of your health is putting yourself in a position to be not only successful, but to be prosperous. And you may ask, how the hell do I do that? It starts by knowing how to train, physically, mentally, emotionally, and every other Ali out there. And that, my friends, is the underpinning about what this channel and what all my social platforms are about. Preparation, prevention, perseverance, and the honorary P word, optimization. There are no guarantees, but there is putting yourself in the very best position if and when your judgment day comes. At the end of the day, you're in charge, and you're doing yourself an injustice if you don't take ownership of your self-care, health, personal development, and finances. I made this video because ownership in this aspect of one's life is way too often overlooked. Like I said, this channel and all my social feeds are dedicated to helping you realize that a little investment here goes a very, very, very long way, especially when you do it in an odd, weird, interesting, and highly sarcastic manner, of course. To think you've been outsourcing the ownership of your most valuable asset for so long. Not anymore.